Shockingly, they fired indiscriminately live bullets into the crowd of non-violent demonstrators, killing one too many of our law-abiding youth and injuring far too many. Shockingly, they fired indiscriminately live bullets into the crowd of non-violent demonstrators, killing one too many of our law-abiding youth and injuring far too many. Kenyans will remember the first to fall was Rex Masai. Up to date, not one security agent has been charged with these heinous and illegal atrocities against humanity. And in the case of Rex Masai, you'll have noticed an attempt at an inquest. An inquest is not a criminal proceeding. It is just an inquest, a way of trying to make it easy for the culprits to escape. To compound this brazen criminality, the Ruto regime embarked with shocking familiarity the practice of abducting our youth just because they expressed their opinion, drew pictures, created artwork widely shared on social media that Mr. Ruto did not like. This terrible practice of abduction by hooded brutes is reminiscent of the dreaded Adolf Hitler's Nazi militias. Up to date, and given that none of these balaclava-wearing gangsters captured clearly on CCTV have been arrested, there can only be one conclusion. They received the instructions directly from State House Nairobi. Let us not pretend about this. What is clear, no matter the type of whitewashing, chest thumping, and sugarcoating Mr. Ruto's misguided social media gang attempts to do by sponsoring all manner of hashtags, is that Mr. William Ruto is the chief commander of the abduction squad. We demand that all 82 youth who have been abducted in the last 3 months be released and returned to their families immediately. Some were actually been abducted as recently as yesterday. We also demand that all 29 missing youth whose whereabouts are unaccounted for be accounted for forthwith. If any of them will have been killed, the blame will be squarely on Kenya Kwanza regime. We also call on our international partners to note these serious crimes against humanity being perpetuated by Kenya Kwanza regime and to add their voice of condemnation. Fellow Kenyans, it is preposterous the thousands of Kenyans are today unrepresented in Parliament and at the county assemblies because of an individual's vested interest in the 2027 elections, which he wishes to manipulate through a user-friendly Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, IEBC. Mr. Ruto's proxy, Augustine Muli, has delayed the IEBC selection panel process, knowing full well that it does not meet the criteria on any and all levels, and the matter was pronounced by a competent judge of the High Court. This long, drawn-out, and unnecessary process can, however, be curtailed as our republic is bigger than one man. We therefore say in a loud and clear voice, Mr. Ruto, do the honorable thing and instruct your proxy to withdraw his court cases at the Court of Appeal. Let me, however, take this opportunity to assure Kenyans that they are not alone. While we have lost 2 precious years under this KK dictatorship, 2025 will not follow a similar path. But do you recall that I said at this podium, the next election, whenever that will be, was going to be won in 2024? as Kenyans celebrate Christmas and welcome the new year, remember those reflections? The outcome of the next elections is already determined. And I'm no prophet, but I said that. Even then, agencies are not come out to the streets. Well, I just want to go back one paragraph that 2025 will not follow a similar path. We will not allow it. As a people's loyal position for now, we will lead in mobilizing of all progressive and democratic entities in the country to resist the Ruto autocracy. Kenya Kwanza regime must respect the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya or vacate office if they are unable to comply. Equally, we reject the silencing of Kenyans through fear. We will lead the fight against the culture of fear that Ruto and his blood-based government are trying to sell to the nation. We also loudly reject Mr. Ruto's sinister schemes of silencing of alternative voices and the opposition through buying them into blood-based regime. To those who have been bought, know this: you have betrayed the people of Kenya. Finally, for now, we are sending a warning shot to the Kenya Kwanza regime on oppressive taxation, corruption, wastage in government, and on the dysfunctional SHA-SHIF disaster. Listen to the voices of the people on these matters. We are telling you to listen to the teachers of this country, to our university lecturers, and to the farmers. Listen to the industrialists and the employers, and listen to the ordinary man in the street. Listen to the common Kenyan whom you once referred to as a hustler. Listen to Mama Mboga, to Boda Boda, and to Beba Beba. The new year, 2025, will be different. This is our promise to Kenyans and to you, Mr. President William Ruto. On a different note, I wish to thank Honorable Zain Abubakar, I don't know whether he's here, for accepting to lead my presidential secretariat for the last 6 months. He's been on duty, actually. His rich and prolific academic background, combined with years of activism, has already enriched our growing people's team. In the coming months, we will be unveiling more members of the team determined to rid this country of dictatorship and return us to constitutional democracy. I propose that Mr. Philip Kisia be appointed as the new Executive Director of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party to take over from Honorable Raphael Tuju. Mr. Kisia's extensive experience in public service, private sector leadership, and community engagement makes him uniquely qualified to lead Azimio Secretariat as it transitions to an all-inclusive and progressive coalition. We shall obviously be unveiling our new coalition early in the new year. Thank you and happy 2025. May God continue to bless our country, Kenya. Asanteni sana.